Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Bitcoin Traders Collective. This is the first in an educational series that will be showing you aspects of looking at charts and understanding market cycles, etc. So this video is all about market cycles and the 4 stages of a market cycle. So this concept applies to any kind of market, whether it's traditional stocks or crypto, precious metals, whatever it may be. And there are 4 phases of a market cycle. So the first phase is called accumulation. And this is a Bitcoin chart, a long-term Bitcoin chart, and we're going to go back to this 2013 to 2017 zone. And pretty much if we look at that area now that we're zoomed out so far, it pretty much looks like this was a flat horizontal zone of price action. If you zoomed in, it wouldn't look like that. But this is what we'll call the accumulation phase. It was the accumulation phase preceding the big bull run of 2017. So in an accumulation zone, you could think of accumulation like spring. And the market phases are very much like the seasons of the year. In the springtime, you plant seeds, or in the market terminology is when you try to get your entry for an investment. When prices calm down, is moving sideways, there's not a lot of action. So we had this 3-year essentially accumulation phase between the peak of 2013 and the breakout of 2017. Now once price broke above the previous high in 2013 that was around $1,200, once price broke above that in 2017, we entered the second phase of the market, which we will call the markup phase. So you could think of the markup phase like the summertime when things are growing rapidly in your garden. And so during the markup phase, price rapidly moves upward. And it's the bull market. And basically, you can buy pretty much at any time in a markup phase and you're going to be ahead of the game really quickly because price is increasing. So if you missed the boat and didn't get a chance to buy in an accumulation zone, then you can actually buy a breakout when price starts to reach above previous all-time highs. And that's also a great place to enter into an asset. We're sort of almost in that zone right now as we approach 20K, although we haven't really established a breakout above it yet. So it's still really resistance rather than a breakout. So after the markup phase of the market, when things are going up and up and up, we usually get a parabolic top, and that's when the curve gets a lot steeper. Price rises really quickly in a short amount of time. And then finally, we top out. And the final phase of the market is called distribution. And that's when people that invested in the accumulation phase or maybe in the early markup phase, that's when they begin to sell or distribute. And so we had a distribution phase here between 20,000, you could say maybe, and we'll call it 17K. So the thing about Bitcoin is it doesn't give you a lot of time to sell. These blow-off tops happen really quickly. If you wanted to nail the exact top here at 20K, you pretty much had a day or two, and that was it. If you wanted to sell anywhere between 16 and 17, maybe up into 18, you had, let's see, from December 7th to January 7th, you had about a month where you still could have gotten out fairly high into the distribution range, although we did dip down a lot here in between those dates. So that's the distribution zone. Third phase of the market, we'll call it summertime in seasonal terminology. And then the final phase of the market is when we move down from the peak, and we call that Markdown. And so for people that buy at the peak, unfortunately, FOMO is running high at that point. Things are usually hyping in the media and the news. New people are coming in, new investors, and then they buy the top. And unfortunately, all of the smart money is selling to them at that point. And then you get a price decline for the fourth and final stage of the market. You could think of it like winter, and it's called Markdown. So in 2020 or 2017, we had a $20,000 top, and then a long, excruciating markdown period all the way down to the 3K region. And then this was the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. This was really our accumulation for the cycle that we're in now. We had a good accumulation opportunity right here. Then we had a little mini bull run in 2019, came back down, coronavirus crash, and now we're back up testing the all-time high again. So for new investors coming in, if we do establish above 20,000, you can catch a breakout and be in profit pretty quickly as we go into price discovery. However, you need to know that we could also drop back quite a bit. 35% drops are not uncommon in a bull market, as I discussed in the first market update video on Bitcoin. So those are the four phases of the market: accumulation, markup, distribution, and markdown. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope this helps.